Hi everyone, Namaste. How are you all? Hope you all are doing well. So today we'll create a JavaScript project which is completely done in HTML, CSS and vanilla JavaScript. Basically, it is a to-do app where you can add to-do go to studies. You can add to-do for this, and one more is go to sleep. You can add to do, and meanwhile if you want to edit that, you can also edit that, right? uh, you can edit that to do as well, and if you want, you can delete particular to do as well, right? So yeah, without wasting time, let's start coding. So initially I have three files, that is app.js, which is completely empty, and style.css, which is also completely empty, right? And index.js, I have the basic setup, like for example, I have linked the style sheet over here for the style sheet, and also I have linked the JavaScript file over here, and I'll just added hello Vikas in the p tag, right? So I'll save this, and if I go to the browser, you can see just it's hello Vikas is displaying here. So the first thing what you have to do is you have to add the font icon link here. The font awesome link. You have to add it here. So for that, what you have to do is for these icons. If I submit this for these icons, you have to add font awesome CDN link. For that, you just have to go to the browser and font awesome links. You just have to type this font awesome CDN. So you'll get a link over here. What you have to do is you just have to copy this link and just go to your close this and just go to your code and paste it here, right? You have to paste it in a uh, link URL. Let's go to style sheet, I guess. Yeah, style sheet, and you have to paste that link in a href tag here, right? And yeah, just close this. So yeah, let's start. Initially, I'll create the HTML content, right? For that, what I'll do is I'll take a main tag over here, main tag with class of main wrapper, right? So in this main tag, I'll take one more div tag. I will give the class name for it as to do wrapper, right? So what I will do is I'll close this sidebar. So inside this div tag, I'll try to display this title, right? I'll try to display this title. For that, what I'll do is I will I'll display title heading over here. So I'll give it tag name as header, and as I'll give the class name as heading, right? So in that I'll give a p tag called to do app, right? So after this heading, I'll start implementing the text input and submit buttons. These things, text input and submit button, right? So for that, what I'll do is I'll write a command like here we are implementing the text input and submit button, right? So that I'll declare tag, and then in that section tag I'll give the class name to it as input wrapper, and in that section I'll create an input, right? I'll give as type as uh, text, and I will give this and give class name to it as text input, right? So we have to close this, and below that we have to implement this button as well, right? For this button, submit button. For that, I will take button, and I will give class name to it as submit btn, and I'll give text to it as submit, right? So this is implemented. Let's go to the browser and see. Right now, it is not looking beautiful since we haven't applied any CSS class to it. We haven't applied styles to it. So later on, we apply. First, we'll complete the HTML part. So later on, after this implementation, we'll start implementing the to-do list, right? So right now, what I'll do is I'll implement the skeleton of it, just a fake kind of implementation. Later on, I'll try to add this content with the JavaScript, with the logic, right? So what I'll do is I'll take from here. I'll start to implement uh, to-do list, and that uh, I'll take section tag. I'll give class name to it as to do lists, and again in that I'll take one more div tag and I'll give class to it as to do item. I'll explain you, don't worry, I will explain you. It will be a beginner friendly. No need to worry, I'll explain you each and every concept in this. So I'll just close this, and inside it I'll give a title to the to do, like for example, go to sleep, right? So this is the one to do. So below that, I'll give the action items, right? For this, like editing and deleting, these are the action items. Icons, basically, you can call it as icons. So I'll give icons for that. What I'll do is I'll give a div tag for it, and I'll give a class name action items. I'll give class name to it as action items, and in that I will take two icons, right? These two icons I will take. Already we have added the CDN over here for font awesome icons. So directly I can add the classes for it. I'll add edit button first. For edit button, you can add FA solid and FA pen to uh, I guess, if I'm not wrong, and I will give as edit. Uh, so this is the edit icon which you will all get in a front awesome website. You can just visit here, font awesome. If you visit font awesome, you will get the icons over there, right? If you go here and if you search for edit icons, so you'll get all the icons which are right. You can all these icons. So right now I'm tagging this, I guess, and it's not that, but exactly I don't remember, but you can just copy this code, right? And next I'll take the delete icon as well. So for delete, just give fa solid and fa trash, right? So I'll save this. Hopefully I'll save this, and I'll just remove this empty spaces. Uh, I'll save this and go to the browser. Yeah, I'll refresh this, and this is the HTML. Now let's style this, right? So for styling, I'll go to style sheet and I'll start adding the styles property to it. So initially I will add a global styles, right? I'll make it as padding as 0, so that I'll try to reset all the properties, right? Sorry, I'll try to reset all the properties. Like here you can see there is some spaces, so I'll add a global I'll try to add the global properties, and I will try to reset it all things, right? So padding 0, let's say margin as 0 as well, and box sizing, border box, and font family you can add of your choice, but I'll add so I'll explain you these properties. So basically I'm resetting the padding and margin, whatever the properties that were there. I'm trying to reset those things so that I see now I don't have any spaces over here, so it is got resetted. And font family you can add of your choice, since it looks beautiful for me, so I've added these classes. Overflow hidden means sometimes you will get scroll bar over here at the bottom right. So I just hidden those things. So for that we have to use overflow hidden, right? And next I will give styles for this main wrapper, that is the complete to do wrapper, right? The complete to do. So I'll start main wrapper. I'll give the background color as you can see the background color, right? This background color, entire background color as RGB 24. If you want the same background color, right? If you want the same background color, you can just copy this code, or else you can give of your choice, right? 10682, right? So I'll save this and I'll go to the browser. Yeah, you can see this background color over here. But what we want to do is we want to bring this to the center and we want to apply this background color for the entire website, right? So what I'll do is first of all I'll give color as black initially, and the first thing is I'll bring this content to the center of this, right? Like how I bought here. So for that, what I will do is uh, I'll give the display of flex. So using flex, you can bring this content to the center. How? Just we'll look at that into that. Display flex. We have to justify content as center. If you give these two properties, it brings here. But if you want these contents to be center, then you have to apply height to this, right? 100 ph. See, and also sorry, one more property have to give. So if you apply this height is equal to 100 bh, the entire browser will be colored with background color is applied to the entire browser, right? So, and one more property have to give, that's align items to be center, and flex direction is column. I'll save this and go to the browser. See, it has been centered, right? So by using display flags and justify content center and height 100 VH and applying these two properties like align items and flag direction, the content will be centered, right? At center of the website for both from the vertical and horizontal, right? So next I'll give styles to this to do wrapper, right? So let's style that to do wrapper. I'll give the background color as white, right? I'll give the background color as white. Meanwhile, I will do one thing. I'll make side by side so that you can all can see how it actually looks. Background color as white, and I'll give some uh, padding, right, for 32 pixel. Just I want some padding, right here. There is some padding at the border, right? I want some padding over there. See, it has already started taking shape. So I'll give some border radius for this, since you all can see there is some border radius over here, right? I'll give the border radius for that as well. So border radius of 6 pixel, and I'll give width as some fixed width as 380 pixel. See, I have some width. This the width of this is 380 pixel, and I will give some box shadow for this. As you can see, there is some box shadow over here, right? So I'll give box shadow for that as well. Box shadow. I'll give. You just have to copy this. You can't remember the box shadow properties. You just have to copy it, and or else you can go to the browser and type the box shadow. You'll get a lot of properties over there. So right now I have to copy. I'll just write it out. Just have to copy this box shadow property, or else you can give off your choice, right? And I'll save this. You all can see that code has been reflected here. So now we have to style this to do app heading and some input as well, and submit button and flip the to-dos, right? So initially I'll try to style this heading, right, to do app. So for that, I'll try to style the heading now, right? So I'll make it scroll it a little bit down so that you can look it look. So now heading, I'll grab this heading, right? This heading class, right, to style this thing to the app. So heading, I will give first of all that I'll make it sender, right? See, you can see here. And whatever that I'm typing here, the code is getting reflected. You all can see. I'll make this little bit smaller so that you can all can see. So now I'll give font weight as a bold and a font size as well, like 28 pixel, and I'll give border bottom as well. Border bottom, I'll give as 1 pixel, solid gray. I'll save this. You all can see this little border bottom over here. Give padding bottom of 10 pixel, right? So after that, little bit of margin bottom as well of 20 pixel. See, now it is, I think it is looking same as this. So now we'll style this input and input field and submit button, right? So first of all, I'll try to style this text input. So now I'll grab this input wrapper, right? This input wrapper to style this entire field, input div, right? So I'll take input wrapper. Uh, I'll do display of flex initially because I want this text input and submit to be aligned properly, right? So justify content of space between, and I'll give some gap it as well for 10 pixel, and I'll give align items to be center. Okay, so now I'll give style to this text input, right? This part only for this text input. For this, all can see for this text, I'll give style to this only text input, right? Okay, so text input, I'll grab that class name and give outline of none so that you know when I focus over here, you can't see that. If I don't give this, you all can see, see there is a border, you know dark border over here. So to avoid that, I'll give text outline as none. I'll give border to it as 1 pixel solid, and our 118, 115, and 15 as well. Yeah. And I'll give a little bit of padding as well, padding of 8 pixel, so that I'll get a little bit of padding from horizontally and vertically inside the input field. I'll give bit border radius for this like 6 pixel. Hopefully it should work. Yeah. And I'll give font size for this as 15 pixel. For this input style, for this I'm adding this font size to this whatever we type here, right? And I'll bit increase it to 16 pixel. Yeah, that looks good. And I'll as width as 100%, right? To take up the entire space, available space for this. And later on after this, when I click on input, so basically I'm focusing, right? So when I click on input, I'll change the border color of the input, right? So for that there is a There's a property, a pseudo property called focus, where we can target whenever when user click on input, we can target that. So I'll add the border color for that. Border color. The border color will be my favorite color. So that is so you will see a lot of times I'll use this color because this is my favorite. I'll give that here. I'll save this. So once I click an input, you can see that border color. The border has been changed to my favorite color. So now I'll style this submit button, right? I'll try to style like this, exactly like this. So first of all, I'll target that submit button. So right, I'll just copy this. Just copy this. Come on, just copy. Oh my God, I'll just copy this class and I'll comment it as submit button. Uh, and I will initially remove the border for it. I don't want that border. I'll give my own border to it, right? So I'll give background color again. Background color as my favorite color. So that is, I'll just copy this and I'll give here. Uh, you can see that, and I will give a little bit of padding inside so that padding of top and bottom 10 pixel and left and right of 25 pixel, right? And I will give color to it as white, right? And I'll use little bit of font size and font weight as well. So font size of 16 pixel. Hopefully it should look good. Yeah, and I'll give font weight as well for this. Weight of bold. And next, what I'll give is, as you can see here, the text is not aligned at the center because there is a lot of space over here, right? So basically, I want this submit text to be centered of this button. So for that, what you have to do is obviously you have to, mm, find where is that display of flags, right? Align items of setup and justify content. Justify. Why I'm not getting the auto suggestion? Justify. Okay, no worries. I'll type it. Justify content of justify content of center. Oh my God, center. See, the text is centered now. And whenever I hover over this button, I want this button to show a small hand over there, like as if we are clicking something, right? As if now it shows just a mouse, we are just hovering over it, shows the mouse icon. I don't want that. For that we have property called cursor pointer, so that when I hover over this, you can see that small hand is showing. It is showing that like we are clicking on something, right? So I hope I'll give a little bit of border radius to this, right? Border radius of 6 pixel, right? So hopefully it should be looking same as this, right? Yeah, it is looking same for me. So now what I'll do is I'll try to give styles to this to-do list. I mean to-do item, sorry, right? So for this to-do items. So for that, what I will do is first of all I'll grab. Uh, Let me comment here. I'll grab that to-do item. This guy, this beautiful guy. I'll copy that and paste that here. So I'll give display as flags so that I want I want this text and these icons to be in a one line. For that, if I save this, you can all can see they are in one line. And I want to align these icons to the right side. So for that, what I'll do is justify content of space between, right? Yes, you can see those are right aligned, but I want some margin above this to-do list, right? So I'll give margin top of heading pixel, uh, give as 22 pixel, right? And I'll give align items for to be centered, so that go to sleep this text and these icons, they are centered with each other, right? So next I'll grab this to do title class, right, for this. So I'll just forward to, add the class here. I will just add it uh, to do to do to do title, right? So I'll just copy this. Just copy this class and paste it here and include styles to it. So I'll give font size of 16 pixel. Uh, and padding as well, padding of 8 pixel, and with padding and cursor as pointer, so that whenever I hover over this, oh, this class is not getting applied. No, I haven't, sorry, I haven't saved it. See, when I hover over this, we all can see this small hand coming over there. And next, what I will do is whenever a user click on this, I don't want user to copy this, right? I don't want user to select this. Basically, not copy. I don't want user to select this. So for that, we have one more property called user select. So just to make it as none, so that see, user can't copy this. Just a style improvement. No need to, this is not needed. Just for a style improvement. So next, what I'll do is I'll give styles to these icons, right? So action action items, right? So I'll grab this boy first, and I'll try the edit. First of all, I'll give the styles to this edit button, right? So color, I'll give color to it as RGB green color. Basically, it's a light light green, I guess. See this, you can see this color over here. Also, you give cursor as pointer and little bit of margin right as well, so that I'll get some margin right side to the edit button. Margin margin right of 20 pixel. See, I got a little bit margin over here. Now I'll give styles to this delete button as well. So I'll just copy this class. So no worries, the styling part is done. So next we'll focus on JavaScript. I mean the logic, right? So I'll give class to it, color as danger, that is red, and obviously cursor as pointer. Just copy this and I'll paste it here, right? So yeah, guys, that's it for UI, and let's move towards the logic point of view, that is towards the JavaScript. 3, 2, 1. So let's start the most important part of this video, that is to add the logic. So I open this app.js. So initially what I'll do is I'll just grab all this button, this input, and this to-do list element from the HTML, right? So I'll target that and I'll grab those things. So initially I'll grab the input. For that I'll use document dot query selector. Query selector is a method to access the HTML element, right? So I'll access this input, I'll copy this class name and I'll dump it here. So in the same way, I'll access this button and this to-do list title as well. I mean the main wrapper as well. So um, submit submit button, and I'll just copy this class name and I'll dump it here. In the same way, I'll access this to-do list element. uh, I'll name it as to-do lists and I'll just copy that here. So next, when the user writes something and when he hit on the submit button, so we have to add an event listener to it, click event listener to it. So, however, we have targeted the submit button. So I'll take this and add an event listener to it, right? Add an event listener. What is the event listener? Click is the event, right? And I will declare a function. I will give a function as add to do. So what I'll do is I'll copy this function and we will write a functionality to add to do, right? So function, I'll declare a function and I'll take this add to do, right? Add to do. So from here, I'll try to create these things from JavaScript, right? Initially, it was there in HTML. I have commented it since we want to create this, div tag, p tag with JavaScript, right? So for that, what I'll do is initially I'll create a div tag with and also add this to do item class to the div tag, right? So for that, what we have to do is I'll just write a comment here so that it will be easier for you all to understand. Create and to do item element. So basically I'm creating a div tag here. So what I'll do is I'll declare a variable called to do element. So to create a to do element, we use document.create element. How we are using document.query selector to target the HTML content, right? So in the same way, we use document.create this create element to create a particular element, like whether it may be div tag or p tag. We have to use create element to, to do that, to get that functionality done. So after that, what I will do is, however we have created the div tag, now I will add a class name to it, right? I'll just copy this and what I'll do is I'll just take this to do element, that to do element, and I'll just add a class. To add a class, what we have to do is we have to say class list dot add. So class list dot add, and which class we have to add? This class, as I said. I'll just copy this and I'll paste it here. So basically class list dot add is used to add the class names to the HTML element in JavaScript, right? So we have created a div tag, we have created we have added a class to it. Next, what we have to do is in the same way we have to create a p tag, and also we have to add a title to it. I mean, we have to add a class name to it. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this thing, or else I'll just type it out, right? I don't want to copy, it will be harder. So by saying, I'll just type it out. So now we are creating a to do title, right? So I'm just calling this as to do title, right? P tag. So in the same way how we have created a div tag, we have to create a p tag over here as well. So what I'll do is I'll say const to do title. So document dot, how we have done above, we have to do create element, and in that case now we have to create a p tag. Also, we want to add class name to it, to do title. So to the to do title dot how to add class names. So just we have to add like this. So what I'll do is let's say class list dot add which class we want to add. We want to add this to do title. I'll just copy this to do title and I will dump it here, right? And also in this we have created a p tag and we have added a to do title class also from javascript. Now we have to add this title, right? Whatever this title should be, and what this title is, whatever the user types, whatever the user here types and submit, so that should come here, right? So for that what we have to do is, however, we have grabbed the input over here. So what I'll do is I'll just declare some input data, declare a variable called I'll grab that input dot value. So by using this, we'll get whatever the user type in the text in input box. So I'm storing that in input data, and we just have to add this input value to the into the p tag, right? So to add that, what we have to do is we have to take this to do title, and we have to use inner text to that. So to add something into the tag, we can use inner HTML or inner text as well. And there is a certain difference between that. So I'll not go through that now. So I'll just you can go through. There are a lot of resources on the internet. So I'll try to explain that after this by the end of this video as well, if we get some time. So basically, I want to add this value to the uh, this to do title, sorry, to this to do title, right? So now I'll save this, and now we have created a div tag to do item and we have created div tag and added class to it at to do item. We have created a p tag, also we have added the content whatever the user types here, right? Now what we have to do is, we have created this from javascript, but how the html knows, we have to, we have to append this to the main class, like we have to attach this div tag and p tag to the to do list, right? So for that what we have to do is, however, we have grabbed this to do list. So so next what you have to do is, we just have to do attach uh, attach the to do item to the to do list, right? So I'll take this to do list dot append. We have to use append child to attach this div tag and a p tag, right? So what I'll do is append child. I'll pass this to do element, right? We have to attach that. So finally, we have attached this to do item element to the this section tag, but we have not attached this p tag to the div tag, right? So however, now we just attach this div tag to the main to do list, this one main to do list, but we also have to attach this p tag to the to its parent class, right, to parent element, right? So what we have to do is, I just forgotten to add that. So I just forgot to add, we have to add that here as well. So what I'll do is, so I'll take this to do element, that div tag, and I will just add append child this to do title, right? So this to do title as well. So here what we are doing, I'll write a comment over here, appending to do title to the parent div tag, right? So I'll save this, hopefully it should work. I'll go to the browser and I'll refresh this, and as if now I'll just add my name because I'll hit on submit. It's not working. uh, there is some error over here, let me check this. So guys, I just forgotten to add dot over here, since we are targeting the class. So I just forgotten to add the dot here. So I'm sorry for that. So we have to add the dot to here as well. So you all might be noticed, but I just forgotten to add. I'm sorry for that. I'll save this. Uh, I'll refresh this and I'll add my name Vikas. I'll click on submit. See, Vikas is getting added. So one more thing, when I submit, the input field should be cleared, right? For that, what I will do is, I'll just empty this input field. So I'll say input field dot value should be empty string, right? So I'll refresh this. I'll type something over here. See, I'll type the input field is getting cleared. So, the next step is we have to add these icons, right? We have to add these icons using JavaScript as well. So we'll do that. So now how we have created a HTML for this div tag and p tag. So in the same way we have to create this icons and this outer div tag with the JavaScript as well. So yeah, let's create and I'll go a little bit faster since I've explained how to create an element from JavaScript, right? So I'll go little bit fast, right? No worry, I'll explain you in the meanwhile. I'll start implementing those icons, right? I'll start adding those icons to the HTML from JavaScript here. So I'll say create a edit and delete icons, right? So first of all, I'll create this outer div, right? After that, I'll create these two icons. For that, as how we have created above, the same way I'll create that thing, right? So const to do actions element, right? To do actions element. So I'll use document dot um, create element, and that I will create a div tag, and then div tag I'll add a class to that div tag as well. So I'll copy this and I'll just paste that here and dot class list dot add, and I will add a class name as the class name of it's an actions item, right? So I'll copy this and I'll paste it here. So after adding this, next we have to create these icons, right? So I'll do that next. So I'll scroll bit up. So now I'll create an edit icon first, right? I'll create an edit icon. So const to do edit icon or edit element, I would say element, and I'll do document dot create element, and now I have to create an I tag, right? See, here we have an I tag. So I have to create an I tag for that as for the icons. So later on I will add a class to it, right? For that I'll say dot class list dot add, which class I have to add. I'll take that I'll copy this, but I have to add one by one, right? I can't add entire class name at once. So first I have to add a solid, after that I have to add this, and after that I have to add this. So what I'll do is first I'll take this a solid. We can't add a class at once, right? So I'll add this here. I'll copy this down two times, and I'll copy this FA edit as well. Uh, Paste it here, and I'll grab this edit class name and I'll dump it here, right? So I'll save this. Now I'm sorry for this. So now a div tag is created and the edit icon is created. Now in the same way we have to create the delete icon as well, right? So for that, what I'll do is so now we have created the icons and this element, right? This parent element of icons. And now the thing is that we have to attach this icons to its parent, right? And again, I have to attach this div to it's to the parent. What is the parent of this div? This is the parent of that div, right? To do item. to do item is the parent of this div, so we have to do that. So first of all we have to attach these icons to the parent. So for that what we have to do is do attach both icons to its parent, right? So here uh, what is the who is the parent of these icons? Action items, right? So where we have created this action items, it's this here. See, we have created a div for action items. So I'll take that, I'll grab that, and I'll attach these two, basically these two icons, right? This to do edit icon. I'll do append child again for append child. In the same way, I will attach the delete icon as well, right? So now we have attached this icon to its parent. Now again we have to attach this action item div to the, again it's to the parents. So who is the parent of that? So div tag, this to do item is the parent of this, right? So what you have to do is, after this, come down here, attach this action items element to its parent, right? So I'll take this, who is the parent of this to do item? To do item is the parent of this to action items, right? So I'll take this, where we have created this to do item, I'll take that. So I think here we have taken the to do element, here we have created the to do item class, right? To do item element. So I'll copy this and I'll come here and I'll paste that here and append child. uh, I'll just do, to do action element. So this to do action element, right? This tag, I'll attach this element to the this element, right? So I'll paste this, I'll save this and I'll go to the browser to see the output. Hopefully it should work fine, everything should be fine. So I'll type Vikas, I'll submit it. See, getting submitted. So, I'll say hello world. Submit it. See, it's getting printed here. So this is completed. The next step is to delete the to-do slide. Whenever we click on the delete item, delete icon, the to-do should be deleted, right? So we have to implement that functionality. So let's start implementing that. So now we have to access that delete icon, right? Where is the delete icon? Here. So whenever we click on this icon, that particular item to do should be deleted. So this is the icon, right? So I'll target this. I'll say, I'll come down here and I'll say event listener to delete and to do, right? So I'll take this. I'll target this. I'll take this to do item icon. Whenever we click on that, I'll add event listener to it. Whenever we click on that, we should fire and delete to do function. Delete to do function, right? So what I'll do is I'll copy this delete to function. I'll go up here. So I'll say functionality to delete and to do, right? So I'll say function delete to do. I'll accept an event over here to target that particular div, right? So whenever I click on this button, so I'll target this complete div, complete element, right? So for that I've accepted as an event. So here we should show a window confirmation like how we have shown here. When I click on edit button, so we should show this. So for this, what we have to do is we have to say if if this is a window function confirm, I'll say are you sure sure you want to delete this to do, right? If yes, we'll delete, or else we'll leave it like that only, no issues. If user say yes, we have to, we have to target that particular div. So to target that, what we have to do is we have to say e dot target dot parent element, parent parent element, right? E dot talk. I will write first the code. I'll try to explain it later, right? Again, we have to say parent element dot remove. So here, what we are doing is whenever we click on delete functionality, whenever I click on here, see now the dialog box is opening since we have used confirm over here. So I'll explain you this code, right? So when I said e dot target dot parent element, then we have reached till here. So since the delete button parent element is action items, right? So again I said again the parent element. So we have to go one level again. So what is the parent of this div? This parent of this is to do item. So we have to remove this entire div, right? We have to remove this entire div, this name, this edit button, everything we have to remove. So for that purpose, I just taken e dot target dot parent element to remove, right? So I'll save this and I'll go to the browser. I'll say because I'll add this confirmation. I'll delete this. Yeah, see it has been deleted, right? I'll enter something here and I'll enter something. I'll 1 2 3. So I'll delete this WKF, right? Delete this. See it has been deleted, right? So now the only functionality left is to edit this. Whenever I click on edit, so that to do should be edited. So for that, what we have to do is, so how we have taken the event listener to delete and to do in the same way, we have to take the event listener for to edit as well, right? Uh, Event listener to edit and to do, right? So I'll say first of all I'll grab that button whenever we click on edit. So I'll grab that button first. So I think this is the edit button, right? So I'll grab that and I'll say dot add event listener, and click is the event listener, right? So click is the event. So I'll just declare, I'll just add a function over here to like edit to do. I'll fire a function over here. I'll copy this, I'll save this. I'll save this and I'm gonna go up here and I'll say functionality to edit and to do, right? So I'll write a function to edit and again I will explain accept event as a parameter to it. So what I'll do is first of all I'll when a user clicks not here, when I'll open the browser. So if there is, whenever user click on this, I will with event I'll try to access the this whatever the user is typed here, right? CE, for example, the CE. Whenever I click on this CE should go into the input and it should autofill, right? For example, I'll show here. So when I this is end project. So whenever I click on this, see that value should be dumped into the input field. So for that, what I will do is I'll just grab that whatever the user has typed. For that, what I'll do is I'll say uh, selected to do selected to do. For that, what I'll do is I'll again say e dot target dot parent element dot previous mm, previous element sibling. I'll explain, you no need to worry about that in our text. So after that, what I'll do is I'll explain you. First, I'll write the code and I can explain you. Set the input field above. dot value is equal to to do. So this e dot target dot parent element refers to this action element since we have edit button over here. So so for this edit button, this is a parent element, and this what is the sibling of this element? This is particular outer div. So this is the sibling of this. This is the main div, right? So this is the main div. I'll just comment it out to explain you all better. So see, for this edit button, this is the parent element. This is a parent element, right? So if I say e.target.parent element, we have reached till here. And again, I said previous sibling element means what is the sibling of this previous element? P is the sibling of this, right? So from that, we are taking the inner text, whatever the user is typing, we are targeting that and we are storing it in a variable, and later on we are setting the input field, right? Whatever the input field input field value to the selected to do, whatever the user types, right? And again at the last we are clearing the e.target.parent, we are clearing that thing, right? I'll show you here. This is the end product, so I'll show you. So when I click here, see this value will be gone here and this particular element is deleted from here. See, it is deleted and the value is gone here. So basically it means that. So I'll save this. I'll comment it again this and save this and go to the browser. I'll reload it. I'll say Vikas, right? I'll say Virat. So as if now I'll edit Virat's. See Virat. I'll write as Kohli and I will save it, submit it. See, it has been edited now, right? So yeah, edit functionality is done, delete functionality is done. So friends, that's it for today. If you like this video, please smash that like button and meet you all in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.